Obama is playing Sleepy Joe Biden in a mask. George Woods, the actor, is playing Sleepy Joe, trying to wake people up by pretending to spend all this money in Ukraine that he signs and he's signing a blank paper.
Obviously that's happening. Well, you just heard from a QAnon believer and a Trump supporter who attended Trump's rally in Michigan over this past weekend. TYT showed up to speak to the Trump supporters and see what's on their minds. And unfortunately, there are people who believe all sorts of things that aren't true, all sorts of things that, I know that the urge is to ridicule them and mock them, but I know this is gonna sound like an insult and I don't mean to insult them, but mental health is a very big problem in this country. And as I watch these interviews and I watch these answers, I can't help but feel like a lot of these people might need help. So I just wanna say that right off the bat before we get to more footage of these interviews. Starting with the woman you just heard from, not only does she think that Joe Biden is really Obama wearing a Biden mask and James Woods is the one manipulating them. She also thinks Tupac is still alive, which is fun. That's a fun part of the interview. Let's watch that.
Tupac's still alive?
Yep.
Where's
Michael
he?
Jackson is still alive.
Where are they?
In there with Trump.
Oh, they're in we're out here, damn it. I would have loved to have seen Tupac.
I'll show you a picture.
I mean, that part of the interview was fun, but that was the only fun part of the whole interaction. And there's more interactions to show you guys. But Baron, I don't know. I feel like I'm being a little bit of a Debbie Downer because again, the urge is to make fun of them or mock them. But I feel like these are people who might be struggling with some stuff,
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree 100%, but I got to tell you too, I'm convinced. I'm with them now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go see Tupac perform with Michael Jackson. I'm gonna sit right next to the Obama playing Joe Biden at it. It's gonna be awesome. You should come. But no, for real, look, you kind of don't really know, right? I mean, is there a problem with these people? Is it an act for some of them? I mean, are they just doing this because they think it's weird and fun? Is it, you can't really say it's a form of rebellion because these people I think are a little past the age for that kind of thing, but it is terrifying. No matter which way you slice it, this is terrifying because these are real people. These are people that show up and vote, and these are the things they at least claim to believe. And we know there are plenty of true believers among them. We saw that group, a couple months ago, that spent weeks in Dallas because they were just so certain JFK Jr. was gonna come back right where his father had been murdered. And they honestly think that. And I don't know if this is a new phenomenon or I don't know if it's just because we have social media and we're more likely to see them than ever before. But it's so weird. And I don't even know, the worst part is I don't even know how you would counter those things. When you see someone saying something so obviously wrong, so obviously false and easily disproven, but you know they're not gonna believe what you say to them. So how do you fight that? I don't have the answer to it. We do it every day and it doesn't seem to be reaching them.
Well, look, not to minimize the utility of shows like ours, but I'm gonna do that right now. Listen, doing a show on YouTube or yelling at people and trying to get them to believe what you believe doesn't work, right? The real question is like, and honestly, the phrase root causes gets repeated in like every context so many times that I almost roll my eyes every time I hear it at this point. But honestly, root causes, right? So I do think mental health is a huge problem that needs to be tended to in this country. So I do think that there's a portion of this QAnon, people who believe in QAnon conspiracies. I think some percentage of them do need help. And these are people who live in a world that doesn't make any sense to them, right? Like think about how we're dealing with media that tells us not to believe our lying eyes. So people don't trust these institutions. They don't trust the media. They don't trust politicians. And a lot of us are atomized as well. I would venture to say that some of these people are probably pretty lonely themselves, and they've found a community of people online, and being part of that community means buying into whatever they're selling. So I think that's part of it as well. We're divided, we're atomized, we're always fed BS from corporate media. All of these things need to be dealt with, and I think people's material needs also need to be addressed by the Democratic Party if they're really to be the ones who kind of take this self-righteous stance, right? Like they love to pretend like they have the moral high ground, but rather than just mocking these people or painting them as dangerous individuals we should be fearful of, ask yourselves, hey, what did I do as a politician, as someone who's elected as a public servant to encourage this kind of thinking, or to create a system in which people are kind of pushed into this kind of thinking? What can I do to help them out so they see that there's actually a better way? I don't like that's what I want to like focus on, because again, there is no other way, right? You do have to address the root causes and what got people to think this way in the first place. And you had mentioned the whole JFK thing. Well, I want to go to the very last video here, because in this last video, Michael Shore, the reporter who went and asked these questions, wanted to know about this whole JFK thing, right? And so, luckily there was a QAnon believer who had great answers for him. So let's watch.
What about JFK Jr.?
Yeah, he's alive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's around.
Do you know where he is though?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. All right.
He's everywhere.
All right, because
yes.
What makes you think that though? Like somebody being so famous and so well known, and with family. What makes you think that he's alive if nobody's seen him?
Gematria.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah.
I play a lot of trivia. That's one I don't know, so I'll look at Gematria.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll check out Gematria then. All right.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. What is that? I don't know what that is.
I'm kind of scared to even look it up because I don't even want that on my computers. But the way she's speaking, and I mean like physically the way she is speaking, you kind of get the impression that, I mean, look, if I didn't know any better, I'd say, okay, well, she seems like she's on something. Just the slow, methodic cadence, all of the, like that to me is kind of a big warning sign there that this person isn't clearly thinking in their right mind. I mean, obviously I don't have specialized training. I can't diagnose this woman, but we have to look at these people, as you said, and the root causes of it. What is it? Like, what is going on inside their heads? Because if we can't figure that part out, we can't deprogram these people. And there are some folks out there that actually do a very good job of it. Bo of the Fifth Column has actually done a really good job of actually not being condescending like I am and not making jokes about it, but talking in a way that does help. People tell him all the time, like, wow, you actually, convinced me, or you convinced my parents to stop this. I'm not that guy. I wish I was, but I'm definitely not. But if you can reach them and you can talk them through these things, and sometimes just getting them to say these things out loud for the first time, sometimes that clicks with them. And they realize, like, well, wait a minute. Okay, now that I'm hearing it from me, I'm starting to get it. And it's a long process. We don't have the resources to get all of these people, but we could. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think all these people are completely lost.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think mocking them, calling them stupid, it doesn't help anything. I mean, it might make you feel good as you're mocking them. It's like an emotional release, but we should all grow up and mature and understand that like emotional releases don't help anyone other than the person engaging in that emotional release. Like, if you genuinely care about building a better future for this country, we shouldn't cut people out of our lives. Like, so if you have a family member, I've said this on the show before, if you're the daughter of one of these women that we just, heard speak, give your mom a hug. And like, believe me, I don't have any QAnon believers in my family, but I definitely have parents who have political views that I disagree with, right? I'm not gonna cut my parents out of my life, and I'm not gonna let any snooty, annoying group of people on Twitter tell me that I'm a bad person for not condemning my family members. No, I love my family, we disagree, and guess what? I'm planting seeds. And if I'm calmly sharing my perspective with them, they're actually shockingly open-minded to it. And so I think the real trick is to come at people from a non-judgmental, calm place where you just wanna have a discussion. And don't push it too much, because if you're being super aggressive, that's when people like, it's like a knee-jerk reaction to reject what you're saying immediately. But plant those seeds and do what Michael Brooks, I think, did better than anyone I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. He pushed me to the left because he made me feel that I wasn't being judged as I was debating him on certain things, right? And when he would make good points, since I felt like, hey, I can trust this guy, he's not judging me, I don't feel like he's mocking me, I don't think he's putting me down, I was open to what he was saying. And that like led to me doing more investigation myself. That's what we should do. And I know it's like the hardest thing in the world. And by the way, no one should be forced to do it, right? If you don't have the emotional capacity for it because it's emotionally draining, I totally understand that as well. I'm just saying that the tactic of dividing ourselves has not worked at all. It's actually made the situation a lot worse. And so I think we need to have these conversations and come at it from a place of understanding, regardless of how difficult it is, No,
I agree 100%. And again, I wish I was that person. I'm not.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And I readily admit that. And I know it's an area where I personally need to get better at. But I also, I have a short fuse. I'm not, a calm and collected individual most of the time, especially when I'm talking about things that I am just insanely passionate about. I get heated. I get into it. So a lot of that, maybe it does start with us. Maybe we fix ourselves, work on our shortcomings in order to help that. I know I would love to say that's something I'm gonna do. I honestly, I can't even, because I know me. I know what I do. I know how I am. I would love to work on it, but I also have about 100 other personal things I need to work on as well. I will get there eventually, but it's not gonna happen overnight. There's other people who do it much better than I do.
Yeah, for me, what's worked is just kind of saving the ire for people who actually have power, right? Because I think if you direct that fury at ordinary people, even if it feels well-deserved, it doesn't really get anything done. So that has helped me, but I save the viciousness for, again, power players, whether it be in media or in politics. But anyway, I know the conversation went in directions that we didn't expect, but hopefully it was helpful to some. And you guys should definitely check out more of the reporting that Michael Schur has been doing for us. We're gonna be going to more rallies in the future, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy that content.